Have you ever woken up on a seed that spawned you on a deserted jungle island? Well, in the case you haven't and you want to, then this seed will 100% suffice because we spawn right here, right inside of a jungle biome, and you won't even be able to tell that it's actually right in the middle of like an island, but let's just mark out the spawn so we don't forget it. But yeah, something we will notice is the fact that from where we spawn in, it's pretty much unrecognizable for it to be an island until you walk about 20 or so blocks in this direction, and then you see nothing but ocean and water and all that blue stuff all around you. And following the very edge of the shore, you're going to see nothing but a bunch of that blue stuff surrounding this entire massive island. So you are not going to be shy or short of any jungle biome, though, but you are going to be short of anything other than jungle related biomes. You are, however, at least going to be able to get yourself some bamboo forests around the place. So in the case you don't want to just have oak and jungle wood, then you at least do have a little bit of bamboo sitting itself around here too, which is at least something to help you mix up your wood quantities and your wood variants and things like that, in the case you don't want to find a main island. But in the case you do want to find something else or some other different types of wood types or I don't know, something like that, then you might want to head over to this one ruined portal scene itself right here with some very interesting types of generation. I mean, how is this bamboo able to spawn right there? I have no idea, but something I do know is the fact that when you go through this nether portal, which actually is only missing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces of obsidian, which is going to be easily able to be filled up with all that lava stain itself right there. But if we do that and we hit ourselves straight the way into the nether, then what we're going to find is this one crimson forest with even more, not crimson forest, warp forest, with all the warp wood and everything else you're going to want to need to build up inside of your island. So in the case you don't want to head to mainland or anything like that, then the nether will suffice you with at least some amount more wood, albeit just the blue wood for quite a decent length of time, as we could see. But still, it's another type of wood, it's another type of building material, and another type of reason to actually use that ruined portal. But yeah, what else can we find inside like the main island we actually spawn on? Well, you are unfortunately not going to be able to find any jungle temples or anything like that. Unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to find something like that, you're not going to find it on this island. Something you are going to find is the fact that right over here, you're going to find yourself this opening to a cave, and not just any cave, but an absolutely humongous cave. Look at the size of this thing, and this thing is utterly humongous because, what, we have all the way over here at minus 550 or around about there, and then it goes all the way to probably minus 800 or something like that, like, or minus 700, but still, this is one big opening for a cave, if I've ever seen one. But something else that's pretty opening is the fact that around here is plenty of different types of diamonds that's pretty much completely exposed and really easy to get to, because all you'd have to do, jump yourself down here and get yourself over to this one diamond we could see sitting itself right here, and that's the only one right there. Okay, that was a little disappointing. Something that's a little less disappointing is heading yourself off in this direction. We are going to find ourselves even lower spaces and even more cave generation with even more diamonds. So in the case that one diamond wasn't enough, which let's be honest, it probably wasn't, and there's at least going to be another two sitting itself right there. And something else inside this one cave is heading itself right over here. We have a lush cave, and right above that lush cave is actually an abandoned mine shaft. So plenty of reasons to head inside this utterly massive cave on top of an amethyst geode sitting itself literally right there. So yeah, nothing like too out of the ordinary on the surface. Well, like this is a jungle island, like it's a little unordinary, but nothing like too noteworthy apart from that one ruined portal on the surface. That one huge cave is definitely going to be something you're going to want to head to, and something you're going to want to head to surrounding this one island is actually some of the other things surrounding it, such as the fact that we have this one shipwreck that's like just barely submerging itself above the water. So it's going to be just a little bit easier to get yourself the chests and loot and things like that, which actually is so easy you don't even have to pop your head right inside of it, which is a pretty cool, all things considered. Something else you might want to notice and might want to head to is the fact that on the opposite side of this one island, if we head ourselves all the way over here, then we're going to notice that not only do we have this humongous island sitting itself right here, but we're also going to have another island sitting itself pretty much right on the very edge of this one humongous jungle island. And when I say on the edge, I don't mean like literally 2 blocks away from it. You are going to have to probably make a boat or something like that. But in the case you do want to find yourself some of the different types of biomes still inside of the ocean, then head yourself about 200 or so blocks off in this direction, because you're going to find yourself a plains biome, which is perfect to find yourself, you know, horses and mules and potentially other different types of wood types. But you're also going to find yourself a beach and a desert temple. Yes, I'm not even joking. There is a desert temple sitting yourself literally right in the middle of the ocean. So in the case you were a little bummed out that you weren't getting yourself a jungle temple, then I'm sure this desert temple will 1000% suffice you, and will 1000% suffice you with copper horse armor, with emeralds, gunpowder, and plenty of different types of things like that. And 2 pieces of a copper horse armor. That's actually pretty cool and pretty rare to see, all things considered. But something else that's pretty rare and noteworthy to consider is the fact that you're also getting yourself a coral reef. You're also going to get yourself plenty of other different types of biomes surrounding this humongous ocean. Because if we had ourselves off in these coordinates and itself right around here, not only are we going to find still a lot more coral biome, but we're also going to find some mainland sitting itself right here with plenty of things you might want to head to, such as like a desert village, such as another desert temple, and such as, where was it? I went to completely the wrong coordinates. It was supposed to be a minus right there, but head yourself in these coordinates, you're going to find yourself another island, which is utterly small. Like, seriously small. It's not too far from mainland, all things considered, but it's still nothing too noteworthy. But it is a place you might want to head to in the case you want to get yourself maybe some sand, some turtles, or something like that that's away from everything else, but not too incredibly far away. Like, seriously, we are, again, another 200 or 300 blocks away from our main jungle island. Something else we're about 200 or 300 blocks away from our main jungle island is head yourself off in this direction for a little bit. Because, of course, this is like a survival island seed, albeit an absolutely massive one. But still, it is one that you might want to be wary of with like other different types of ocean-related things. Because, obviously, it's an ocean seed. You're going to want like as many different ocean-related features and structures and things like that, including an ocean monument. And this, I think, is going to be the closest one you're going to be able to find from the spawn of the one island. So yeah, it's not incredibly close, but it's close enough to where you could like make many uses of it, making a farm or like just conquering it or something like that in the case you want to do that. And if you don't want to use that, if you don't want to use any of the things outside of the main island, then still the main island itself is really good for those who want to make the most out of a huge amount of area, but still have a challenge in maybe clearing out all the trees and everything else like that. So yeah, let me know what you think of the seed down below. Let me know if you have any seeds yourself. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.